What is up, legends? We are back, and we're back in HypeWatch. Now, if you're new to HypeWatch, what I do every Sunday is I talk about the games that are currently out, PC, mobile, variety, and FGC. And yeah, we just get right into it and have some fun. Hope you had a good week. We had some good stuff, and I actually have something to talk about as far as my game and where it's at, what's happening, and when you actually will see it soon. Now, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment if there's any game that you're looking forward to or a game here that you liked. God of War. All right, so right now Metacritic has it at 94%. All the reviews are starting to come out over the past day, and everybody is starting to talk about it. And I haven't found one bad review yet about God of War, which is pretty interesting. This is just the base version of it. See, it's $70 on PS5. If you have a PS5, not everybody does, but this game has promised to be like maybe game of the year, or if not, probably close to it, along with Elden Ring. So it's definitely a game that you want to get into and think about and all that type of stuff. And good luck to them. I hope it really is game of the year, because they have two games that could be game of the year quality in the same year is always good, in my opinion. Next up, we have Terracotta. Terracotta is pretty interesting to me because it has a lot of cool mechanics back from like the old day. Like, look how she's like riding around. This seems like this would be a lot of fun. Like, look, this looks like it'd be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to actually trying this one out. I put in for it. We'll see what happens. Next up, over onto the mobile side, is we have Evermore Nights. This is a CBT Codes beta. This is one of those games that is a game/NFT. So there is going to be like some of that NFT stuff in there where you basically could own part of the game and then, maybe trade it and all that type of things. I don't really cover that type of stuff on the channel, but I do like to actually mention it and show you guys and give you the option, because if you want to play it, you want to play it. There you go. But here it is. Have a little bit of fanfare on it. People are finding it somewhat enjoyable and having a little bit of fun with it. The characters are pretty straightforward as well, where the enemies actually look better than the characters themselves, in my opinion. But Next up, we have Sayaku Girls. Now, this is interesting because I did the CN version of this game, then the JP version came out, and then now this is a English version of it. I don't know if it's SCA or just straight global, but it's in English now, and this is pretty much a idle version of Resort Lane, as you guys can see right here. A lot of thick waifus chilling in this game. Just thickness everywhere. So if you like the thick waifus, you like the idle type of component type of stuff, this one may be for you. Putting it out there. Next up, we have Guardian COC. This is another one that is a game/NFT. Again, we don't really cover that on the channel, but I do. Why is this not loading? YouTube, really? Not YouTube. I have no idea why that's not loading like that. But again, another game that you guys can check out. And it's an on rails type of game. It's RPG Manager, and for those of you who don't know what RPG Manager is, you basically manage the character and you do RPG tactics and managing the character, whether it be gear, whether it be managing the levels, managing your team and stuff like this. You don't really do much besides watch it run around and get stronger, and you control that strength. All right, so next up we have Gangsta's Paradise, which is exactly the way it sounds. It is a funny game. It's another one of those GTA Gacha-like games where you run around and you city build and you have RPG stuff and like characters that are the same type of Gacha stuff that we're used to with like King's Raid and that type of stuff, but they're pretty much gangster characters, and you just level them up and get stronger and you take over territory. That seems to be actually a genre now, by the way. It slowly but surely became a genre. Speaking of next game, Frontier of Rage Tower Defense is exactly how it sounds. It's a zombie tower defense and a city builder, so you pretty much build up your city and get towers and you defend against stuff. That's what the game is, and that's what they're sticking to. Next up, we have Valhalla Legends Match 3. Now, you guys know when you hear Match 3 that this is going to be a puzzle battle. It's not bad. as far as the characters look cool, and you actually get waifus and stuff like this. And then again, stage travel, not RPG manager, but still kind of like just go through building your characters, and they even allow you sometimes to auto fights, which once you get yourself strong enough, you kind of like overpower the 3 match where you're supposed to be playing Tetris, but your character can like transcend the actual mechanics because they're stronger, and it's kind of cool if you're into that type of thing. So yeah. Next up, we have Soul Apocalypse. So we're on the pre-reg / use side, because you can actually play this if you change your region right now. I believe it's the Vietnam region that you change it to. I haven't. I'm just going to wait for it to go global. So it's in pre-reg for us right now. But this is what the game is right now. Why is none of this loading fast? Something wrong with my net? Anyway. This is the game. Looks like kind of looks like AFK Arena for that type of stuff that you're used to. And it has basically manga story. There's a couple of games that kind of work like this, where they're trying to take advantage of like the manga type of aspect and the AFK Arena. So there you go. Next up is Sniper of Duty Sexy Agent Spy. It is exactly how it sounds. You can pick waifus, and yeah, this is literally like the only time you actually see them sitting there looking like that, because it's pretty much a sniper game, but it's waifus that are sniping, and it's super over sexualized as far as the characters, but it's just a sniper game at the end of the day, so don't think too hard about it. Next up, we Dungeon Brawlers. This is available to actually play right now. And essentially what you do is you kind of defend areas and have cute type of characters that are in the RPG type of manner. You can actually make a dungeon that people have to go through, and you can kind of cheese in your dungeon, make it harder, or go deal with other people in their dungeons, or bring your characters there and stuff like that. That has an interesting gaming loop, but for the most part, it's just typically you just build your team, raid other people's dungeons, and they raid yours. All right, next up, we have a very interesting thing, but it's going to be controversial, because Crunchyroll, I have a little bit of an insight on this. They're probably not going to like this. Crunchyroll does not have a very large mobile team. I don't know why. They need to, but part of the reason that Crunchyroll doesn't do well when it comes to mobile is because they don't have a large team. And I don't know who's exactly running it, but Eminence of Shadow is going to be getting a new mobile game. Now, I know that the Crunchyroll itself doesn't necessarily run the games. It's the dev whoever handles it. Crunchyroll is just the publisher, but it's the dev whoever handles the game. But when something doesn't perform, Crunchyroll as a publisher will pull that game so fast. Now, the game itself may not necessarily close down, but Crunchyroll will take their name off of the game. Basically, they have done it so many times in the past where the game just be like whatever, and then Crunchyroll will be like, oh nah, this is trash. And then like within a month, it's not on Crunchyroll no more. They don't care. So I don't know necessarily how good this is going to do. Because I know a lot of people blame Crunchyroll for like the games themselves, but Crunchyroll doesn't actually develop the games. It's whoever they get to develop the games and actually mess around, and do the individual. I'm not going to play it because this is obviously an anime, so that's the best we're going to get right there. We know what's going to happen being in this anime. But with that said, I want to make it very clear to have trepidation with this game. Be cautious with this game, because Crunchyroll is not a very reliable publisher. It's just not, because they don't have any patience. They will pull stuff so fast. So it's nice that this anime is actually good. It's nice that it's getting a game, but be cautious. Be cautious. Next up, Haikyuu, which is one of my favorite sports animes, is actually getting a game where you're basically going to be going through the game's story and playing out moments with the team, which is super amazing because I definitely like the show, and hopefully it's not going to be trash. They aren't showing much right here. Oh no, I killed my mouse. Hold on. There we go. They aren't showing much right now. Like this, little cheese stuff here and there, but hopefully this will be good. I just wanted to point this out for you guys right now. Like this is literally all that we're gonna get for right now. So pre-registration starts the 8th. And last but not least, Blue Reflection, which is the last and the hype of the video. The reason why this is the hype is because this game apparently has a very large budget. It's a DMM game. It's very Yuri, and what that means is it's pretty much going to be lesbian crazy. So going to be RPG, mobile, that type of stuff. This is the CBT announcement for all this, and I'm putting it out there so you guys can actually sign up and try to get in and play this and do it early. All you really have to do is follow the link. I'm gonna put the link there for you guys to follow, and all you have to do is just go in and bam. If you don't understand anything, definitely let it load like that. If you don't understand anything on the application, just what you can do, if anything is not in the English, is set your Google Chrome to actually translate everything, and then like we'll just click it further. And I'll let you guys see pretty much. It's not going to kick you out of this. Anybody can actually do this. They're not gonna, be jerks and not allow you to sign up. These games don't usually work like that, especially when they're JP games. They don't do stuff like that. So if you want to sign up for it and see the game early, you can. Like, literally everything is in English for you guys to be able to see, just in case you're struggling with it being in Japanese and everything. No, bam, get in, do it. As soon as you see this video, just do it, because they're going to run out of slots. They just are. It's just the way it is. And they usually don't allow anybody in after the test period. So once you see this, immediately go and sign up and get in there. Just to let you guys know. So gonna be hype. Gonna give a little hype behind it. Just giving you a hint. I'm almost like betting close to 1,000 when it comes to like calling the hype. So just putting it out there. Now, as far as my game itself, what initially happened is I had to change out of Unity and go to Unreal, and that caused drama because two devs, or people who are devs who I had, didn't know how to use Unity very well. I mean, in Unreal very well. They were in Unity, and they're like, well, why are you doing that? And it was because big devs told me to go to Unreal because Unreal is more flexible. Unity is easier if you're a noob dev, but if you want to have more flexibility, and I'm pretty much making an MMO, so if I want to have flexibility, I need Unreal. So one dev decided that he didn't want to do it anymore, which he was paid, by the way. He decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Didn't give the money back, by the way, so I had to actually sue to get the money back because he hadn't actually done anything. Because when you get devs, like, you have to pay them. That's the way you have to pay them, and then the contract and everything else. So he was actually paid up front to start doing things, and he didn't do it because we changed the engine. So eventually, now I got the money back, and I have to actually get another dev, but I still have the one who is kind of like, he's kind of like scared a bit because he's out of his element in Unreal. So he's still on board, and he's not like the other guy, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. So now I had to get another person to actually help out with that, which is what slows things. Me personally, I decided to learn and start picking up coding for Unreal, and start to fill in the blanks for people that I can't get, because it's kind of hard to get people in an indie project because everybody wants to have a big contract when you can't pay them like that because you haven't got any money like that. And there's already funding for this, so I don't have to actually do any type of fundraiser for that, because I already have sponsors to do stuff like that for me already, because there's a company helping behind it on all this, because they just want to see if I can actually make this work. Then, you know, then I'm gonna basically be a dev and have a big game contract and everything else. That's the way that it works right now. But you have to prove that you can actually start and do that, and we're at the point right now. And so I have to get another dev to actually help out with the actual, you know, coding and, you know, networking and stuff like that, because that's just something that I never went to school for, so I have no idea when it comes to that. So I have to actually get somebody else to on board to come and help and do that. And that's where we're at right now. Concept wise, the game is already actually conceptually made, which is great. Art wise, I actually have somebody who's been doing and starting and doing some crazy art, which I'm going to start showing very soon, which is pretty good. And it's hard because you actually have to have the concept and the art done before you actually start making the game, because what is the programmer going to know the program because if they don't know what the hell anything looks like. So when I was telling you guys before, when I was starting to make a game, what initially was happening is I was making all the concept and working with somebody, and then they would draw it, and then I would look at that, which kind of sucks. I really hate doing that to people, but you kind of have to. They gotta have rough drafts and all type of stuff. So we're already past all that. We know what everybody's gonna look like. We know all the characters look like. We even know what the world is going to be in. And I didn't know the level of work that all of that took. And that's the level of work that all of that takes before you even get to the point of everything else. Like, I had the world create and then put science behind it and then put things behind it. And then because this is a MMO, you have to think, well, how does this work? How does this person, what's the relationship to this? And then I'm putting systems in for that type of stuff. So I had I literally have a textbook big of stuff that I have written and drawn and had drawn of just like before the game is even a game. So that's where we're at right now, and it's really coming along, and I'm really happy and just proud of everything so far. And like, when you say you have a life's work, that's going to be my life's work, and what I hope that I leave to kids and people beyond me, that this game will be something kind of like how World of Warcraft is left, because that heavily influenced how I made this game, because I want to bring back that type of game, which I feel is missing. Final Fantasy 14 does it the best right now, but I think I could do it better. I'm not saying a lot and a really big shoes to fill, but I'm gonna try. So that's all I got for you guys in this video. Be legendary. I will see you guys soon, and have a good Sunday. Peace. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.